Hi, this is Mike with Confile Technology, and in this video I'm going to show how to set up a development environment for the CUWIN in Windows XP. There's essentially four things we need to do. First, we need to download and install the Activesync driver. This will allow the CUWIN to be recognized by Windows. Next, we need to download and install Microsoft Activesync 4.5. This is a program published by Microsoft that allows desktop operating systems such as Windows XP to synchronize with mobile devices. After we install Microsoft Activesync, we should be able to transfer files to and from the CUWIN in the PC. Next, we need to install Visual Studio 2008 Professional. This is a software development environment that will be used to actually write programs for the CUWIN. And finally, we need to download and install the CUWIN Software Development Kit. This will be used to deploy programs to the CUWIN and debug them in Visual Studio. Now, looking at our setup, we have a Windows XP Professional notebook on the right and a CUWIN 6300 on the left. Now, although I'll be using the CUWIN 6300, this same procedure can be used for any 5000 or 6000 series CUWIN. The notebook is connected to the USB device input on the back of the CUWIN via USB. Next, we need to download and install the Activesync driver. Go to our website to Support Panel PC and scroll down to the CUWIN download section and download the Activesync USB driver for the CUWIN 5000-6000 series. I'm going to save it here to my desktop. Now, this is a zip file, so we have to unzip it, and we'll unzip it here to the desktop as well. Now, to initiate the installation, reach to the back of the CUWIN and flip the red toggle switch to power it on. Now, Windows will detect that a new device has been connected to the system and will shortly display the Found New Hardware Wizard dialog. When this window appears, choose the Install from a List or Specific Location option and browse to the folder where you downloaded the driver. Click Next, and Windows will begin installing the driver. Now, this driver is unsigned, so it will prompt you with a dialog asking you whether or not you want to continue with the installation. Select Continue anyway, and the drivers will finish installing. Now, when the drivers are finished installing, click the Finish button, and down in the taskbar you'll see that Windows now detects the CUWIN. Now we're ready to download and install Microsoft Activesync 4.5. Just go to your favorite search engine and search for Microsoft Activesync 4.5 download, and go to the Microsoft Download Center. Select Continue next to the EULA. Decide whether or not you want to register. Click Continue. And then download the setup.msi file. I'm going to save this to my desktop again. Execute the MSI file. Click Run. Next. Accept the license agreement. Enter in some personal information. Confirm the location. Click Install. And wait for it to finish. And click the Finish button. And Microsoft Activesync is now installed. Now turn on the CUWIN once again and wait for the CUWIN to boot into the Windows CE desktop. And when it does, it will very quickly establish a connection to the PC. Now, on the PC side, down in the taskbar, the Activesync icon will turn green and will begin rotating until it's connected. Once it's connected, Activesync will ask you whether or not you want to set up a partnership. So make your selection, and then in the main program window, if you choose the Explore button, A Windows Explorer window will pop up, and you can use this window to browse and copy files to and from the PC and the CUWIN. With Microsoft Activesync installed, we're now ready to install Visual Studio 2008 Professional. For this demonstration, we're going to download the trial version from Microsoft's website. Now this is a 3.3 gigabyte ISO file, so we'll need to burn it to a DVD disk in order to run the installation. Now once you have a Visual Studio 2008 disk, insert it into your PC and the installation process will start. Click the Install Visual Studio 2008 link on the window that appears, and the setup process will begin. It takes a little while, so give it some time to start up. Click the Next button. Read and decide whether or not you agree to the license terms. And then choose the Custom option. Click Next. And be sure, under your language of choice, to choose the Smart Device Programmability option. I'm installing this option for both C# and Visual Basic, as I will be using both languages. Click the Install button. And wait for it to finish. And once the installation is finished, click the Finish button. Now with Visual Studio installed, we can now download and install the CUWIN Software Development Kit. Go to our website under Support, Panel PC, and scroll down to the CUWIN Download section. Download the CUWIN 5000-6000 Series SDK. I'm going to save it to my desktop again. And once the file is downloaded, execute it. Choose Next. Accept the license agreement. Enter in some personal information. And we must choose Custom and remove the documentation feature. If we don't do this, it will not install correctly. Click Next and Install, and wait for the install to complete. And once the install is complete, click the Finish button. And that's it. We now have everything we need to develop software for the CUWIN. Be sure to visit us at www.comfiletech.com for more documentation and videos, and thanks for watching.